For TraderInsight.com, I'm Adrian Manns, and it's time for your daily dose of the doctor. Let's talk some more about some of the things we discussed at boot camp and go back to our old buddy Apple. And we have got a midday trade that I want to have a look at. We've had lots of good opportunities in AAPL this morning, but let's focus on the one that was a little bit more difficult to figure out and think back to our Miami Bootcamp principles and what I showed you there in terms of using overlapping areas of just confluent price action and figuring out whether or not that means that you've got a high probability trade. So here we see Apple is moving up off lows. You see those two blue lines, 110.22 down to 109.42. Those are the start and stop, the peak to trough of a fib move. You also see that we've got 110.14, that solid green line is a pivot point, and we've got 109.91 on the fib retracement, which is where we are right now, but then 110.01 is solid support and resistance from this morning, and if you go back a few days, you'll see that it overlaps there as well. So 110.01 is the number that I'm going to use here if we see a move higher as my short sale. So I'm going to look to get short Apple at a violation of 110.01, right in here is what I'm looking at. And if we drop back down again, I'm going to look to target support and resistance, and we are going to look right about in here for a level to pull the plug on the trade if it starts moving back down again. So let's see if we get picked up on a reversal move lower. If it stops right here at the pivot, we will put our order in and take a reversal move down through 110.01 as our entry price. Could you short it here at the pivot? You bet you could. You just need to be very, very willing to hop right back out again on a violation of that 110.22 level, and a 110.14 move down to 110.01. If we saw a bounce there, you would look to get back out again. We see I got filled at 110.03. And now it is time to see what happens with Apple over the next few minutes. Now the NASDAQ futures are racing higher. NASDAQ tick is moving higher. Everything is moving higher. And that's the thing about these trend following moves, right? So everything we talked about at boot camp is in effect here. You have got a little bit of pain that you're going to endure as this stock keeps trying to push higher. But as long as we don't get up above that pivot line, I'm not worried about it. And I've got a solid stop loss just up above 110.14. So about 110.16 or so is where I'm going to pull the plug on this trade if we get there. And otherwise, we're going to see what happens as it starts to come back in again. Here you see we had a stray tick down through what would be a profit target on this one, but just ignore that for now. You see my stop loss up at 110.16. I did not bracket this order up. What I did was just used some manual orders, had plenty of time to put those things out there. And that 109.82 level is right now where I'm going to put my profit target. And there you see we got taken out. And then the important thing to do, of course, is to cancel the other leg of that trade. Now, some of you are probably wondering, well, why not use 109.73 as the target? Because that would be the next extension. First off, you have to pick something, you have to pick a level, and you have to base it on support and resistance, right? We talked about this at the boot camp extensively, how to find these targets. We've got a VWAP on this move here that gets us out right at that 109.82 target. We also have support and resistance right here and right here. So just think about the concepts and just keep applying them. You want to layer things on top of each other as often as you can to figure out where your most likely profit objective is. Now, you're not getting nervous as you get into this trade, even though you're waiting for it to come to you. You are trapping the trade, right? You're not hunting. And you can see here that on the Qs, we had a move higher that hesitated right at the 104.92 level and then reversed at 105.04, which was prior support and resistance. And the whole time that the Qs were making this move higher, Apple was just pausing right here and having a hard time budging at all. So that gave me lots of confidence that my trade was in fact going to work out and move in my favor. And now you see that if we would have used that 109.73 level, we'd be worrying a little bit about where to trail a stop. And that 109.82 Confluence zone really wound up working out for us, at least on this leg of the trade. So probably going to have lots more opportunities in Apple going through the rest of the session. For now, that's all I want to show you. If you didn't come to the Miami boot camp and you are interested in the California boot camp, right, we split this one into two pieces to keep the groups smaller. We have got the Newport Beach Income Trading Boot Camp Coaching Program and Mastermind Group coming up this December. It starts December 5th, 2015. We run through December 8th, 2015. It is going to be 3 days of really intense workshopping and just going through, making sure all these principles make sense. You'll also have access to the Income Trading Academy online. So you get all these principles, all these concepts in front of you. You can do it as many times online as you want. And then when you get to Newport Beach, you'll be in great shape to just workshop the heck out of all of these concepts and figure out how to get in front of opportunities each and every day of the market. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and click on the link in the video. You'll be taken to a splash page that tells you all about the upcoming boot camp and also gives you an opportunity to fill out the boot camp application. Once you've done that, either Rick or Julie is going to give you a call, talk to you about exactly what your trading goals are, what kind of trader you are, whether or not it's a really good psychological fit for you to be at the boot camp. And if it is, then we are in business and we will see you in December. So in the meantime, if you have any questions, shoot me an email, adrian@traderinsight.com. I hope you had a great trading day on Wednesday and an even better one on deck for Thursday. The best trader education anywhere, only from traderinsight.com.